Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a deadly duo in love that loves reacting to some death battle.
It's death battle time.
Yeah, and so checking out Cole Macgrath versus Alex Mercer, Infamous versus Prototype. If you want all of our death battle reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Yep. And we're gonna explain real quick how we do death battle on this channel because it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so Ken and I are a bit competitive and we like to place bets on who we think the winner is gonna be. So this year we're making it interesting. We've got money. And so we actually place a dollar amount with our bet. By Thanksgiving, whichever one of us has more money will get to choose our cosplay outfits for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
So we start with $250. Right now I have $310 and Bethany has $295. She's been in the lead for most of the part, but you know, it only matters who's in the lead at the end.
We'll see.
I don't normally rub it in, but you know, just
Sure.
Cole Macgrath, the patron saint of Infamous.
Alex Mercer, the Blacklight Virus prototype from Prototype. That's right, champions. You voted for it, so we're finally doing it. Long after these characters were ever relevant. Oh, hey, look what I found in the trash. An old script we wrote for this very matchup way back in 2013.
Wait, we haven't emptied our trash in
Really?
2 years?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
10 years ago, wow.
With great power comes great responsibility. Tobey Maguire's not the only superhero who's had to learn that lesson.
Oh.
Cole Macgrath was just your average delivery boy in Empire City until one day he opened a package that exploded in his face.
This was the Ray Sphere, a device that, upon erupting, destroyed much of the city and tore through Cole at the atomic level.
Killing him instantly. Nah, actually, he scooped up some superpowers. Cool, zippity-zappity superpowers. Phew.
More specifically, Cole became a conduit, one of many beings who were granted supernatural abilities from the Ray Sphere explosion.
Which also turned Empire City into a godforsaken hellscape. This world needed a
Quit
hero,
college to piss
or
off his
at
parents.
least an anti-hero willing to clean up the mess he sorta technically made.
Cole put his powers to the test battling rogue superpowered conduits, including the mastermind behind the blast, Kessler.
Let's be real, none of Cole's powers are as sick nasty as his parkour skills, but his ability to manipulate electricity is pretty sweet too.
Cole controls electromagnetic energy. Not only can he generate a smorgasbord of powerful lightning attacks, he can also manipulate thermal, kinetic, and gravitational energies. Electromagnetism is pretty broad after all. This includes his radar pulse, which detects the bioelectricity inside organisms even if they're hidden or transformed.
And for good measure, he got to add some ice powers to his kit. He can throw ice grenades, shoot ice spikes, and let out some epic ice farts.
He can levitate like Electric Iron Man, grind on rails like Shadow the Hedgehog, read your mind like Goku's muffin button, charge up with extra karmic energy, also like Shadow the Hedgehog, and generate force fields like
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But these aren't just force fields. They literally convert any matter they touch into energy that Cole absorbs. That's insane.
How's that?
Are you familiar with a little equation called E equals MC squared?
No.
Oh, well, it defines the mathematical relationship between matter and energy, essentially how much energy any given mass contains.
Okay, the largest mass object Cole absorbs is a 343-gram helicopter chain gun round.
Perfectly converting matter to energy is technically impossible, but hey, this is a video game. The mass contained in that bullet, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, would release an energy equivalent to over 7 megatons of TNT. This means Cole's energy output is basically fueled by a nuclear reactor.
So he's like a living super bomb, always ready to go off. Sounds like my first ex-wife.
Should he somehow run low on energy, he can drain it from nearby appliances to recharge.
Oh, wow.
He's even learned to drain
ex-wives
the
has Boomstick had?
bioelectricity from people, like this. Yikes.
Cole can focus his electricity through his amp, a giant tuning fork which lets him ring around the Rosie to death. Or he can just make lightsabers out of his hands. That's cool
Sweet.
too. And because he follows Pokemon rules, Cole's extra resistant to electric attacks.
With these powers, Cole chewed through Kessler's forces, including Sasha, whose black tar powers could infect and control minds.
And he eventually faced down that son of a bitch himself and pwned his ass, despite Kessler having his exact same powers. Coincidence?
Turns out the architect of Cole's misery was himself from an alternate future timeline, manipulating events from the shadows to ensure this version of Cole became a better hero than Kessler ever was.
Yeah, you see, Cole's superpowers are molded through his actions, increasing in power and utility based on how good or evil he acts. Naturally, as a good person, Cole shaped his powers to be more focused to target the bad guys.
That's pussy shit! Evil Cole is way more awesome sus! He blows everything up! Collateral damage? Who cares? He can control fire!
Well, that just happened. Who wrote this shit?
The point is, Kessler's whole plan was meant to prevent the apocalypse, which would appear in the form of the Beast, a conduit of unimaginable power.
Cole is strong enough to create massive thunderstorms, fast enough to route electricity moving at 90% the speed of light, and maybe thanks to Kessler, tough enough to take on the Beast.
Which possessed the power of the Ray Sphere itself. It could regenerate at an atomic level and eradicate all of Empire City in a single attack.
Holy crap.
Fortunately,
Whoa.
after a grueling battle, Cole defeated the Beast once and for all.
Though ultimately,
Damn.
it wasn't Cole's power that made him a hero.
In order to stop a plague created by the Ray Sphere, Cole sacrificed his life, eradicating the conduit genes and saving all of humanity.
Sure, he also killed thousands of conduits in the process, but hey, what's a few corpses when building a better tomorrow? This trolley stops for no one.
Cole was remembered as a saint by the people of New Marais, as a hero by the friends he left behind, and an inspiration to future generations. A true testament to the responsibility of power.
Cool.
With great power comes great responsibility, but not everybody's got an Uncle Ben to tell him that.
Alex Mercer woke up in hell. Manhattan Island was gripped by the horrific Black Light virus, transforming its citizens into terrifying monsters.
Alex had no memories. He was a man without a past, and maybe no future. But he did have one thing.
The Black Light virus can rewrite your cells all the way down to your DNA, and somehow it granted Alex incredible superhuman abilities. He can infect anyone he touches with this virus, altering their biology at the molecular level in seconds, and giving him complete control over their actions.
So Alex pushed on, desperate to avenge himself and the city by finding whatever monster unleashed this nightmare and eat them. Yeah, he can consume people to give himself a power boost.
Nice.
Like Kirby, if Kirby listened to Linkin Park.
This extra biomass gives him superhuman strength, a greater metabolic rate, increased reaction times, and even a regenerative healing factor. Essentially, Alex is an ever-evolving super being, the ultimate being.
Oh, like Shadow the Hedgehog.
By consuming victims, Alex also receives all their memories and experiences, including Peter Randall, a 69-year-old man whose entire history Alex processed in just 11 seconds. Being
Whoa.
able to condense that much information into that time frame means Alex can perceive events happening within 5 nanoseconds.
Which is about how long I was married to my second ex-wife.
Alex can shapeshift his body at will, creating disguises, increasing his muscle mass, and forming nearly unbreakable armor. And when he wants to kill someone, he can become his own weapon, turning his limbs into claws and blades, or generating countless tendrils that give him unmatched control over his environment.
With these goopy powers, he came up with a bunch of Street Fighter moves, like the air dash, the cannonball, the bullet dive drop, and the Hunter Dirt Nap. Pretty sure that was my third ex-wife's boyfriend's stripper name.
And after consuming enough people, Alex reaches critical mass and can unleash his evil slop in powerful ultimate attacks.
Like the Tendril Barrage Devastator. Oh, it's beautiful.
Despite being seen as the world's most wanted terrorist, fair, Alex used his powers to stop the spread of the virus and end the city's nuclear devastation.
It was then he learned the truth. He wasn't Alex Mercer at all.
He was the Black Light virus itself, which absorbed the memories and
wow.
likeness of the real Alex Mercer, who was not only dead, but actually responsible for all of this in the first place. To decipher this,
damn.
I recreated the Black Light virus myself, the most dangerous... Oop.
Why is it empty?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
So the man Alex was hunting the whole time was himself. Dun dun dun.
That's right, Boomstick.
That's a cool twist.
Turns out Dr. Alex Mercer helped create the Blacklight virus, and when things didn't work out and he was about to die, he recklessly unleashed it upon the city.
What a petty SOB. What he didn't know was that the virus would merge with his sentience and memories and become a new Alex. How? Why? Don't question it, it's a nothing burger.
But is this massive viral material that calls itself Alex actually human in any meaningful way?
The poor bastard sure tried to be. Too bad humans can be dicks and everyone kept betraying him. Even the so-called love of his life, who shot him in the face.
Oh!
So Alex figured,
Wow.
obviously, humanity had to go.
Not just go, but be made better. Whatever goodness remaining with this Alex was left behind as he plotted to unleash a second blacklight virus, recreating humanity into a super species in his own image. Great power became great terror.
Classic anime RPG villain stuff. And he was strong enough to do it. Alex can casually tear buildings apart, dodge supersonic tank shells, and even defeated the Supreme Hunter, who was tough enough to survive a nuclear blast that would have leveled Manhattan.
Based on the blast radius given in-game, that's 450 kilotons of TNT.
Speaking of nukes, Alex survived one. His healing factor is off the chain. And after being blasted into paste, all he needed was the tiniest bit of himself to come back good as new.
His healing occurs at the cellular level, making him virtually impossible to kill so long as he keeps consuming.
But attempting to take over the world and kill millions of people pissed off a certain James Heller, a dude who had just had enough of his fucking weird fucking shit.
Who used the same virus powers to consume Alex once and for all.
Live by the Kirby symbiote, die by the Kirby symbiote. But was Alex just a virus after all? I mean, what's more human than the urge to conquer the world, drive its species to the slaughter, consume its raw genetic resources, and crown yourself king? Maybe the day Alex Mercer died was the day he truly became human.
Wow, that was intense.
Fuck yeah, it was.
I mean, I have no idea. I'm gonna go with Macgrath because they kind of set this up to be like hero and villain a little bit. And I cheer for the good guys, so I will put $5 on Macgrath.
And I cheer for the bad guys, so I put $5 on Alex Mercer. Plus, he survived like a nuclear blast, which is like kind of what Cole Macgrath is, and like he can, I don't know, Alex Mercer just can regenerate from anything. So I mean, I guess as long as he has people to consume, wouldn't be surprised if Cole Macgrath won. I think again, yeah, I'm not 100% certain on this at all, but yeah, I like Alex Mercer, so I'll go with that.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Cool animation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
dropping us right in it.
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one sick freak.
Oh.
Cool. Oh. You do like the Kano. It's not the ice.
Oh.
Just keeps coming.
You don't know the half of it.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's impressive.
much power, and yet you waste it on these vermin. You and I can change this world for the better.
The only vermin I see here is you.
I don't think it's gonna go. There you go. Consume him. Oh, stairs to him.
You don't want to give me your power. Fine.
Get him.
Just take it.
Get him. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Oh.
This world sure isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
Yeah, heroes.
Oh, now I know
Nice.
that script was in the trash. I had to hear someone say awesome sauce.
Both opponents were incredibly versatile and deadly, and both could match each other's powers blow for blow.
They could each create weapons, amplify their strength, and fight at range.
But could Cole survive Alex's infection? Well, Alex would usually need to weaken an opponent to get that trick to work. Even then, the Ray Sphere incident that created Cole's powers in the first place ripped apart everyone else down to the atomic level, and the Beast's attacks were capable of the same thing. Considering the Blacklight virus only works down to molecular DNA, it's reasonable to say Cole would be able to resist it.
Sure, Alex could have potentially consumed Cole's biomass to give himself an edge, but Cole could just do the same thing to Alex, absorbing his bioelectricity to power himself back up.
But nothing could challenge the gap in power. Everything Alex survived could simply not match Cole's force fields, and especially not the power of the Beast. The blast the Beast created actually had a much wider radius than the one the Supreme Hunter could survive. To compete with these foes, this means Cole was simply far more powerful than Alex.
Speaking of the Beast, Cole's ability to disintegrate it at the atomic level meant that even Alex's crazy molecular regeneration couldn't stand up to Cole's might.
Just like how Cole could overpower Kessler despite his resistance to electricity, or how he resisted Sasha's mind control powers, which were eerily similar to the Blacklight virus.
But I bet you're wondering, what if Alex fought evil Cole instead? Well, it'd be even worse, because that Cole took the Beast's power for himself. That's good night for Angry Virus Boy.
Alex was a versatile, deadly opponent, but Cole's counters, speed, and raw power gave him the edge.
Alex got the Cole shoulder, just like this stupid script.
The winner is Cole Macgrath.
Nice.
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a Death Battle member? We've got a ballot
next.
going on right now where members get to choose a matchup for the next season. So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Is that Frieza?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah! Frieza versus Megatron! Nice!
Damn.
Oh!
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. This was maybe their best battle this season. I thought the action in this was fantastic. The choreography was just on point, and a lot of creativity in it.
Yeah, I loved it from the very opening. The animation, the use of dropping us right in from a first person perspective as a passenger in the helicopter. And then I thought the battle was excellent because it did go back and forth, and it wasn't really ever at any point cut and dry. Even when the end happened and I was like, okay, this feels very final, there was still a part of me that was like, but the guy can regenerate. Like, is there any way he's coming back from this? So I think they did an excellent job keeping us entertained as the audience. And I think you're right in terms of this might be one of the, I think, most elevated animations I've seen come out of them, just from beginning to end with the fight in its entirety.
Yeah, and then right at the end there, like when he had that last little sliver there, I had hope. I'm like, oh, I mean, there's a little bit left. Maybe he comes back from that, but then he just absorbed that one too. So now you caught up. You're back to 300. I'm at 305. So still in the lead, but yeah, it's too close for comfort. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want all of our Death Battle reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. So there's a link to our Patreon. You can get early ad-free access to our reactions for Death Battle.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Death Battle, Cole Macgrath versus Alex Mercer. What'd you keep in mind?
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.